I'm not a PGA Tour player. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. At least not yet. My name is AJ Porter, and I'm a 28-year-old marketing professional trying to make the jump to compete, grow a brand, and see just how far I can take this game. And I'm documenting every part of that journey. The training, the tournaments, the setbacks, everything that goes on behind the scenes. Are you joining the journey?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of AJ Porter Golf. So here we're doing something a little bit different and interesting. As you know, I live in St. Louis, so we have to do some things indoor golf. So as I mentioned in the intro video, I'm affiliated with Gimme Golf, and this is part of their Gimme Tournament Series. So this is a both stroke play and gross tournament series. So basically I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of what I'm doing. A couple things worth mentioning. First and foremost would be the gimme circle. So there is a gimme circle that is at 8 foot. Anything outside of 8 foot is a 2-putt. Anything inside of 8 foot is an automatic gimme. So that's worth noting. I think all in all, there were 75 players or something like that played in this event. You do win a gift card if you win. So we're playing for, I think, $200 or something like that. And really, this is ultimately just me trying to get some reps in the winter as I'm navigating some of the things that you guys have seen, like grip changes and different pieces with my coaches. So let's get stuck into it. Let's get some reps. And here on the first hole, nice drive away. It's always kind of interesting whenever you see the different, whenever you start feeling the nerves and getting those pumping. So this was a really nice drive. Next shot, I've been playing for a little bit of a draw. This just didn't seem to draw for me. For whatever reason, it just kind of hung out there. So we had 140 yards, just kind of left it on the fringe. I've been going back and forth lately between whether to chip or putt it. I decided to go ahead and putt this thing. The goal is just at this point, let's just get it in the circle. Let's make a par. Let's settle in a little bit and let's kind of move on. So thankfully, we did do that. Almost made it. Next hole, shipping it on a par 5. I generally play a cut. On this particular day with the stronger grip, I was starting to kind of hit a draw. Weird for me, just trying to navigate that during the thing. This one, however, was an absolute laser beam from 196 yards. Never left the flag. Comes down, I want to say like 4 feet or something like that. So nice eagle to get us started. Next hole, we are shipping driver again. It's like 320 to the front edge, so you'll see like 117 mile an hour club speed there. I was really trying to get this thing up. There's my cut. I kind of just didn't stay down and cover it and get it over there to the left. So good spot. I unfortunately did miss the next shot. I hit it to about 30 feet. Not a great wedge shot. Shipping it now on the next par 5. Playing for the draw. The draw did not draw. So the trees here are very real, very difficult, just trying to kind of figure out what the punch out will be. Also worth noting, I did miss a couple of different shots during this round, unfortunately. I'll kind of talk you through them as they go, but I did unfortunately miss a couple. Now we're going to talk about just punching it out, trying to just get lucky and get it back into the fairway. Runs through just a little bit, but really a pretty nice shot. I think 156 yards now out of the left rough. And man, I thought I circled this thing. Like it was right down it again, which is pretty money. Ended up being about 10 feet. So we would take that given where our drive was from the start. Next hole, man, this one I just tried to get way too greedy on, unfortunately. It was just dumb. It was like 180 yards, and I'm trying to flight this little 7-iron in there to a back pin and circle it, and there was no reason to do that. I did unfortunately also miss that one again. Made a bogey, hit it to 8'1". All right, course management error, big time here. So I was playing for the draw. I should have never even been trying to hit this shot. I didn't miss it by that much. I unfortunately did actually. I want to take a second here and pause the video. This was dumb course management, like straight up just dumb from me. The play was just like a 3 hybrid or a 3-iron into the middle of the fairway, and then just hit like a 9-iron in the middle of the green. Move on. This was not a birdie hole. I did unfortunately miss a couple of the shots. I ended up making a double bogey here. I got stuck in those trees. I was not able to do much. So wheels are kind of falling off a little bit after not even making bad swings. Like in theory, on the last hole, if I just hit an 8-iron, dump it in the middle of the green, that's par. I'm still 2 under. This hole, hit a 3-iron, out in the middle of the fairway, dump it in the middle of the green, or get it around the green, at worst maybe make bogey. Like, we're still under par, but instead now we are 1 over par, and the leader's at 3 under. So, like, I'm chasing. I'm kind of frantically, like, trying to force something to happen here, which, for those of you who play golf long enough, like, if you're trying to force something to happen, it's never good. So, moving on. Speaking of forcing things, next hole, I try and hit a perfect pitching wedge here, man. It needs to carry like another yard, and it just doesn't. And we're in the bunker, and then now we're looking potentially straight in the face of bogey, double bogey. Potentially even worse given how quickly this is coming out. Difficult shot, and then now I'm putting directly straight onto a downslope. And man, this is a round that can get away from you really freaking quickly. Thankfully, I made bogey here, stayed focused, stayed locked in it. This hole, I think, again, man, I think my course management really needs some work. I need to remember the decade principles, because this was just not a good decision. Like, it's fine. It's in the middle of the fairway. I'm able to hit a full wedge into kind of a back pan, but like, by driver, I could have really taken a lot more advantage of, my driving length that I was hitting it so nice. So I hit this in there like 25 feet. Fine. Moving on. 9th hole and final hole of this video. Here's the draw that we've been waiting for. As it was kind of coming off, I was like, dude, don't draw it into these trees. And it ended up being fine. Catches down in the left rough. I think it was like 95 yards. I was playing at about 115, and it still came up short. So I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but it just kind of came up short. And we're like, all right, like let's steady the ship. Like, we're at 2 over, the leader's at 3 under. I'm gonna have to do something absolutely ridiculous on this back 9. Thankfully, I was able to circle it and kind of settle myself down and had a little pep talk with my boy JT going kind of into this back 9. But I knew, like, dude, I got to shoot 4 or 5 under probably on this back 9 to have any chance to push the leaders. So we'll see in next week's video. We'll see if I can do that. Be pretty sweet if I could shoot, 3, 4, 5 under and maybe make a push, at least for a podium. At this point, I was thinking, not sure if I can win this thing, but can definitely at least have a run. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, or, you need help with anything in your game, any of those pieces, please let me know in the comments down below, and we'll keep pushing these out. Part 2 will be out next Monday. Thanks for joining the journey.